What's up, YouTube? On this episode of Coddiwomple Overland, we're going to be heading to the southern part of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Coddiwomple Overland is proudly powered by Cummins Off-road, home of the Lifetime powertrain. Also in part by Overland Vehicle Systems, Faster Flate, and trail-rated coffee. Be sure to come out and say hi to us at the Moore Expo, April 8th through the 10th in Springfield, Missouri. If you're looking to support our channel, you can find all of our apparel at Long Creek Overland. When we left you on the last episode, we had made it to the mountains in South Carolina, nearing the end of the South Carolina adventure route for us. As we made our way into the mountains, one of the stops that we made was at the Brasstown Falls. Throughout the rest of the day, we made our way in and out of the Sumter National Forest. We even made our way across the Cobb Bridge. Oops. By this point, we were starting to make our ascent towards Rich Mountain. The further we got, the better the views got. Everybody feeling more relaxed because we were in the mountains. I actually wanted to stop a little bit early today and set up camp. All right, so it's super cold outside, but we got to camp early, and Deb decided that she wanted to fix a good dinner tonight. Ham with what?
Pineapples and brown sugar.
Okay.
We've got some yams. So we got some of them yesterday, and then we got supreme corn.
How cold is it?
It's freezing. It's very cold.
It's supposed to be down to 19 tonight?
Yeah, it was 80 yesterday. It's really cold.
Yeah. But we've got a pretty cool campsite.
It's very pretty.
Mike, tell me about your storage system.
Well, it took me a while to come up with that. 3 or 4 years in development, and then I finally got a manufacturing together. But I'll probably offer some of those at the Moore Expo coming up in April, 8th through 10th. So,
all right, great.
Come see us.
Goose gear. This is our first trip with our Bushveld 2 tent from Overland Vehicle Systems. So far, we're really liking it. One of the things that we really like about this new annex is the amount of room that we have inside. With 4 people inside, we still had enough room to set up a small table and fix some coffee. For the rest of the evening and up until dark, we all hung around inside the annex until it was time for bed. The next morning was very cold, but Mike braved the elements to fix us some bacon, eggs, and hash browns. And we again found refuge from the cold in the annex. After breakfast and coffee, it was time to start packing up camp. As we headed off on today's adventures, we were reminded of just how cold the overnight was. Mother Nature left all kinds of ice sculptures along the rocks. We've been here before. Today's section of trail looked very familiar to us. This trail not only shares the South Carolina Adventure Route, but it also encompasses part of the Smoky Mountain 1000 and the Georgia Traverse. We were getting really close to our connection point on the South Carolina Adventure Route. On the map, it appeared the rest of it was predominantly going to be blacktop. It was at this point we decided to hang a left and go west and head towards the southern part of the Blue Ridge Mountains. From this point throughout the rest of the trip, it was pretty much just turn for turn. Wherever we decided to go was the way we went. There were no routes to follow, there were no directions. We were simply just out for an adventure.
Well, this one's a little bigger.
After a quick lunch, we were back on the road again to see where this adventure would take us for the afternoon. What kind of adventure would it be without some closed gates? Yep, we were about 2 days early from all of the trails down here being open.
The water's green over here. It's like a channel.
This ended up being a long day, and we would drive up into the night before we'd find a suitable campsite. As we climbed down out of the bushveld too, it was only then that we had realized what a great campsite we had stumbled on the night before. Last night we had took a chance on a Forest Service road that didn't look like it had very much use at all and located this really cool site. A lot of times when we're out adventuring, we tend to take the trails that are through routes, but when it comes to campsites, these spur roads that go off and look like they dead end are where you find the best campsites.
It's pretty cool. Oh, look at the campsite.
Yeah. As we've said in the past, we kind of like to go slow and look at things around us and not just blow through the trails. As we came across the bridge here, we noticed a waterfall not too far upstream. While we knew it wasn't a huge waterfall by any means, it was different nonetheless. We had to stop and check it out. This was actually man-made. We can only guess that this was put here by an old homestead or something to hold back the water. If you have any knowledge of why this was put in or how it was put in, please let us know in the comments below. After checking out the waterfall, we got on some trails that were a little less traveled.
This is my kind of area here. Yeah, this is, we just looked at it. This is the one that shows it going to a footpath on ours.
Huh. Three Forks Trail. Oh, does it? Oh, God. Keep the mic. Yeah, I'm using my built-in nav. It shows it all the way through, so it could be wrong.
So it'd be cool if it keeps on going.
Fun trail. It don't matter if it does go out here and dead end and come back out. As luck would have it, it would come out to be a dead end, but it turned out to be a perfect place for Mike to fix us lunch. What's your contribution for lunch?
Yeah. There's some kind of weird spatula thing going here. I guess I could have put like a...
After lunch, we made our way back out to see what else we could find.
kind of wonder what killed all those trees. They just broke off.
As the day went on, we got deeper and deeper into the Blue Ridge Mountains. We would end up finding ourselves in familiar ground again as we made it up the Tallulah River. We'd been in this area before and knew there was a couple campsites along Charlie's Creek. The plan was hopefully to set up at one of those for the night. Kelly had never been up Charlie's Creek, and it was really neat to get his expressions from his point of view in the ramp.
What? Huh? GoPro, start recording.
As we made it up Charlie's Creek, we found the first campsite. It had been closed, apparently due to misuse. The second campsite that we came upon was already taken. At this point, we decided to turn around and go back down to the Tallulah River National Forest Service campsite. It's a primitive type campsite and it still sits right on the Tallulah River. We did this for a couple different reasons. The first one, on the west side of Charlie's Creek, it's a while before you can get anywhere to find some dispersed camping. The other reason was we wanted to give Deb plenty of time because she had another big meal planned. Master bushcraft.
I think it would.
Kelly had picked up some firewood and it was actually pretty damp. I wasn't sure if he was just trying to get kindling small enough to burn or if he was actually going to use flint and steel to fire this thing up. The campsite we decided on sat right along the creek and was really nice. We got camp and the camp kitchen set up in plenty of time. Deb was on a mission. Running dual jet bulls tonight.
Just about broken.
Okay.
Yeah, I have plates. I said I didn't have to wash them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I said we wouldn't have to wash them if we used the bowls, but I don't know how we eat this out of the bowl.
After a great dinner, we set the cameras down and just enjoyed the evening. The next morning we packed up early and got moving really quick. While Charlie's Creek is not difficult by any means, it did give me a good chance to adjust my shocks a little bit. About on the slow side, I'm full tight, and then on the fast side, I'm 2 clicks from full tight while I'm disconnected.
GoPro, start recording.
And then I'm gonna, when I'm on the road, I'm 4 clicks softer from that while I'm connected up. About halfway up Charlie's Creek, we came upon the same overlanders that we did the day before. They had met the same issue we had and ended up camping in the same campground that we did. They had stopped to take some pictures at this creek crossing. They let us by, we said hello, and made our way on up the trail. Here I found a little straight stretch that had some ruts in it. I wanted to check and see if my suspension changes had made any difference. It had helped some, but I've still got a little more tweaking to do.
30 miles an hour through there.
There used to be a really cool rock shelf right there, but it's gone.
The west side of Charlie's Creek has had quite a bit of work done to it since the last 2 years that we've been here. After getting off of Charlie's Creek, we got back on the blacktop and headed in the general direction of Blairsville, Georgia. As we made it to Blairsville, Georgia, we stopped to check out the Sunrise grocery store. After checking out the store and airing up our tires, we all left in our own respective ways to make our way home. On our way home, Deb and I chose to drive through Bryson City and into Cherokee. We stopped at the Nantahala Outdoor Center to check out some of the whitewater rafting and kayaking. The next stop was at the Elkunlufti Farm Museum just outside of Cherokee. These elk are indeed wild elk. They've been reintroduced to the area, and they just kind of hang out and go wherever they want to go. As we made our way on home, in only 5 months of having the Gladiator, we turned over 10,000 miles. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, see ya.